Merchandising. Go to teespring.com and make sure you get you a good t-shirt. It's where the real money's made on YouTube, not on the AdSense or all the Patreons. We need you to go and buy a shirt. That way we're no longer poor.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been a while.
Probably not as long as you guys think it's been because, you know, life and editing and stuff. But, you know, hey, we're back now.
We're back now. And guess what? As promised, Terrence said the next time we were on, it was going to be in November. So we're in November. We kept that promise.
There you go. I gotta be good for something, right?
It was good. It was a good October. You know, we had some pretty good stuff out there this year for our horror top fives that we threw out there.
Yeah.
Some pretty good content out there. We got
a lot of top fives for you guys. We're big horror fans. There's a lot of top fives out there.
Yeah. So you know what? If you didn't get a chance to check them out, they're on our page. So please feel free to go at it and throw comments below. Call us names, whatever you want. All right. But you know what? Now we're in November, and obviously we just had an election. Very, very divisive type of topic right now. You know, we're in an interesting time with the pandemic and all of that. And now you add the election, and of course, obviously, as of right now, Biden's winning. Biden won, and there's
they confirmed him as the president-elect.
Yeah. But there's still a lot of stuff going on as far as pushback from the Trump campaign and all this and that. But you know what? But you know what? Nobody's talking about. Nobody is talking about Kanye West.
I forgot he was running.
And the 60,000 votes that he got for president.
See, this is the bull that I thought was going to happen when he decided he was going to run for president, is that people were actually going to vote for him. We don't want Kanye as president. Look, love him as an artist, making music. I mean, his personal life is up in the air and his mental rage is one thing. But an artist, great music, genius, as he would say. Not a presidential candidate. Who were the 60,000 people who wasted a vote on Kanye West when this election was so close?
The Yeezy, the Yeezy cult that's out there.
The people who worship at Yeezy.
There was different states that Tennessee was one of them.
And by the way, he wasn't even on all the ballots, so that makes it even worse.
And
that means that the place.
Too.
You're supposed to, right? But that makes it even worse that he wasn't on all the ballots because he didn't register in time. So a lot of places just removed him from the ballot. I mean, he wasn't on the ballot here in San Antonio, but so that means that where he was on the ballot, that many people. So if he'd have been on all the ballots, he could have damn near been president.
It's a possibility, absolutely. But you know what? Ain't nobody messing with them broke.
Oh, that would have been a presidential model.
That would have been awesome. How about Kim Kardashian as the freaking
That's the first lady? Oh, I would have been okay with that.
I would have been all right with it too.
Right with
anyway, all right. So speaking of, okay, so you know what? We've had celebrities. We had Ronald Reagan. He was an actor, became president.
Yeah.
We had Donald Trump, who was a real estate, millionaire, billionaire, whatever. But he was a TV star from Celebrity Apprentice. Okay,
we had Arnold Schwarzenegger become governor. We had
you got Gopher from freaking Love Boat. He was a governor.
Oh yeah, and Jesse the Body Ventura. He was a governor.
Yeah,
too.
governor of Minnesota. So all right, so
you don't have to know things. You just got to be popular.
So what? Kane is currently the mayor.
That's right. You just gotta be popular. That's it. You don't have to know anything. Just be popular.
Okay, so since Kanye he ran for this. All right, so what rappers would be the best would run for president? Eminem, Ice Cube, Ice-T, or Snoop? Who would get your vote?
Oh. Well, I mean, I think America would be all right if Snoop ran for president because then weed would be legalized everywhere. True. I mean, if you looked at the ballots,
and you could tax it. And we can we can wipe out all this coronavirus death.
I mean, literally, think about like foreign relations with Snoop coming by, and he was like, "Hey, you know what? I know we're at war, but let me roll up this bit."
Oh, I know Obama did that beer summit, but baby, I got something better.
Right? There would be peace in the world. There'd be peace in the world.
I think Cube is too angry.
We'd be at war, man. We'd be at war.
Cube is too angry. Ice-T's OG, he'd be playing colors in the back, which is funny between the red and the blue, but
right.
Red or blue because of blood, it just don't matter.
It's like beefing. Republicans and Democrats beefing right. Well, they're beefing right now. So
yeah, exactly.
Much different.
We need like Michelle A to come out with "We All in the Same Gang," right? But okay, so Eminem also angry.
Also angry.
Also angry. So Snoop is the best one. Snoop would actually be the best rapper to become president. Busta Rhymes too loud and scare everybody, so can't do that. Wu-Tang would scare the hell out of everybody.
Diversify your bonds.
Diversify your bonds. They would know how to diversify.
There you go.
They would help the economy.
The GDP would go up. Everybody's 401k would get better. Just like Trump's just like Trump saying in his life, he could help. They could help the United States debt and everything.
Because Wu-Tang ain't nothing up with. All right. If I had to pick celebrities straight up, it would have to be Chappelle Rock. That would be my ticket. If I had a choice,
I feel like they're more socially active. That they could. I mean, if we had to pick somebody, that they would probably be the best choices for presidency, or at least for as a mock presidency. But I want Snoop. Yeah, I want Snoop. I want peace in the world.
So if you want Chris Rock as president, watch Head of State. All right. So. So with everything,
have you watched Black Bush on Chappelle's show?
There you go.
Chappelle's
I guess
president.
you need to shut up. All right.
We're trying to get this oil. I'm trying to get this
oil. Bitch, you cooking? Oh, we got Chappelle news too, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later.
Oh, the SNL thing?
No, but we'll talk about it later. All right, anyway, so, but you know what? All of this stuff going on didn't really affect too much of the box office because the pandemic's already taken care of that. So, but we had a new movie called Let Him Go with Kevin Costner and Diane Lane. So, Ma and Pa can't. Kevin Costner, Diane Lane with Let Him Go. So $4 million.
Do you think that they cast it because somebody was a fan of Man of Steel?
No, I think it was just,
You sure? You sure that wasn't like a Henry Cavill cameo that was supposed to be in that movie?
If Henry Cavill was the kid, then that would be hilarious. This is the unofficial Man of Steel. This is as close to Man of Steel.
Ben Affleck is one of the neighbors over here. Zod is over here.
So that is that was number one at $4 million. Actually had a really good turnout.
I heard it was a really good movie.
Yeah. Number two was Come Play, which is basically the Babadook meets Pumpkinhead. 1.79.
Never heard of this.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
You know what's funny about that is that both of these movies were actually brought out by Focus Features. Really? And this is the first time ever that Focus Features had the number one and the number two movie in America.
I mean,
COVID. All right. Number three was War with Grandpa,
pat yourself on the back.
War with Goodfellas.
If you release two new movies, they're going to be number one and number two.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying they've never had it.
This is an achievement. It is an achievement. You got no competition.
Exactly. Well, I don't know. They got War with Grandpa with De Niro. They got War with Goodfellas.
That's still in the top 5.
That's still in the top 5. 1.5 million
Bad Grandpa
on that.
and
Goodfellas. Exactly. And then you got Honest Thief, which was Taken, but he's a thief this time. So if he's a thief, he's the one taking.
All right. So he's taken from himself.
He's taken from himself. Yeah, pretty much. All right.
So I got a question. So with the simple fact that not much is being released in the movie theaters right now, right? Why is the marketing so bad on these movies?
And okay, even if now you bring a good point up. Now, majority of the time they have marketing as a part of the cost. Mm-hmm. Now you're seeing that these movies are not marketed that well, but they're still managing to make the top freaking 5. Well, people are still going to the theater to see them.
Once again, if you release 5 new movies, that is your new top 5.
So you don't need to spend so much on marketing, is what I'm saying.
Okay, but I could have saw it.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't have paid for it, but I would have saw it.
That's a good point. And number 5 is Tenet, still in the top 5.
For how many weeks?
It was released in August?
It was released at the beginning of coronavirus.
Yeah.
It really hasn't had much competition.
$905,000.
It's gonna break $1 million next week. Go out and see Tenet. This movie costs what, like $200 million?
Yeah, 4. I don't know.
Oh, 4?
2 or 4.
Go out and see Tenet.
I can't remember. I think
Christopher
it's 2.
Nolan.
I think you're right. I think it is 2.
Christopher Nolan needs your money. Go out and see Tenet.
Hey man, it's already it's done well overseas more than the. But you know you have Los Angeles and New York, Chicago. You have these big markets not showing anything, and it still managed to still make a pretty decent, amount of money.
This is gonna be
more overseas. It's the Warcraft of 2020.
So what this is gonna end up doing, it's gonna beat Avatar's record for being in top 5 at least.
Maybe. That's a good point. I never thought about that.
I mean, the Spurs didn't have an asterisk.
Yeah, and the Lakers don't have an asterisk.
The Lakers don't have an asterisk.
All right, so next week is Freaky. You got Freaky with Vince Vaughn. He's finally back. And this time he's actually a murderer, and a murderer that people want to see, not him as Norman Bates. So
We got this film, but we don't get Halloween Kills.
we get this film. That's right. We get Freaky.
Wait,
We get Freaky. First of all, that title sucks, but it's better than the Hot Chick because this is basically the Hot Chick.
it's the Hot Chick and
Body
Freaky
swap.
Friday.
Yeah, it's not gonna make our body swap top 5 though for sure, but it looks good.
I don't
It
know.
looks interesting.
I don't know if we have a part 2 to that. Maybe.
Well, as many
Maybe.
people have seen that video, like, oh my gosh, that's freaking insane.
We have to thank Jennifer Garner. Not Jennifer Garner. Jennifer
No,
Garner.
it's Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, we have to thank Jennifer Garner
it's
for
Jennifer
that.
Garner.
Who did the Freaky Friday version of that movie? That was 30 something.
13 going on 30.
Or yeah, 30 something.
That's why
Was
you
that-
put her. That's why you put her on the cover.
No, what I'm saying, it was like you were talking about. It was a body swap top 5, but she did the Freaky Friday version of that movie.
Okay, great. All right. Anyway,
I made sense.
so good thing, hey, Vince Vaughn. Good to see Vince Vaughn back, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't seen him really in anything that was in like
Noteworthy.
theatrical, noteworthy. Yeah, it was all direct to freaking video. But you got him in this, and now he's in talks for Wedding Crashers 2.
I knew a sequel was gonna come out of this. I was thinking Swingers 2, but Wedding Crashers 2 works too.
Okay, I would have preferred Swingers 2, but I can understand Wedding Crashers 2.
Because it was probably more popular. Yeah.
Yeah, even though Swingers 2 can deal with divorce, I think.
Especially through all of the,
Actually, they both could.
the domestic disputes that have been going on since the pandemic's been going on. So that makes
Exactly.
sense.
This is the first time he's
But
ever...
no, Swingers 2 would require us to actually be out in public.
That's true.
Yeah. And
With
then
mask on.
so Wedding Crashers 2, they could deal with the fact that how they're doing funerals now with social distancing. So how can he do like a
Well, there's some... Hold on, I'll get to it in a minute.
All right,
Okay.
well-
All right, this is the first time he's ever done a sequel to any of his movies.
Really?
Yes, he's never had a part 2 of anything. He's been in a part 2 because he was in Be Cool, and that was a part 2 of Get Shorty.
Okay.
But he's never done a part 2 to any of his films. And there were chances to do Dodgeball. There was
I was thinking
chances to do Swingers, but he pretty much says that Crashers is probably the one that would, as far as the contemporary and all of the humor in it, is more relative now.
Okay.
It can probably do better.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
there
just
were.
don't Dumb and Dumber this thing.
Okay, well, first of all, is this the right title for it to be the first?
If he's gonna do a sequel,
Yeah. Of any of his movies, you got Old School, Dodgeball, Swingers.
I don't think you could do Old School now. I don't think you could.
Older School.
I mean, older. It's like there's too many frat movies out right now, and it's like I don't think you really could do Old School.
I
Right
think
now.
Dodgeball you could.
Dodgeball you could probably
I think
do.
you could do Dodgeball,
Dodgeball. They're hitting people in the face and the whole social distancing and
I think you could do it, man.
it's like the
They-
sweat on the ball.
They got
it's
the
like
COVID
somebody
testing going
yeah,
in.
it's like-
Friggin', Ben
Dude,
Stiller.
we gotta have you in a
Stiller's
bubble.
Ben
I would-
Stiller lost all that weight.
You know what? I would like to see Dodgeball 2 just for Ben Stiller.
I would love. Yeah, exactly. That is so art. That is art, dude. Ben Stiller in Dodgeball is 100% art.
It's
How
not-
dare you make me bleed my own blood?
Nobody makes me.
Nobody.
Nobody. That is art.
I read it
I read it
in a book.
In a book. That's art. Anyway,
in
all right.
countries. That's all.
So the original Wedding Crashers came out in 2005. It grossed $288 million off of $40.
Yeah.
$40 million budget. So obviously big success.
Yes.
It launched a lot of careers, and I would say Isla Fisher, maybe even Bradley Cooper more hangover than this one. But
Yeah, I wouldn't say
still,
that
I
about
would
this
still
one.
say that he's in it. So there were in 2014 there were actually talks and ideas that were thrown around, and one of them had to do with rival crashers. This I would love to see. I would
Rival
not.
Crashers?
I would not want to just see Owen Wilson, him, Isla Fisher, and Rachel McAdams just be the Wedding Crashers. I would like them to go against other Crashers. That would be so awesome. And one of the names that popped up to be one of the Crashers was
Wouldn't they just-
Daniel Craig.
I don't see how this makes sense.
I don't see. Well, as far as rival Crashers, I don't know.
Okay, I
But
don't
you
know how
have
that
to
makes
admit-
sense. But Daniel Craig in it, as long as he doesn't do his country accent, I hate that accent. God, I hate that
He
accent.
was good in knocked up in freaking Knives Out though.
That's why I hate that accent. I hate that accent from just that movie. It's such a dumb accent. But anyway, I mean, I have to see how it plays out. You can give me a trailer and some clips or something. So, but
Okay.
I don't hate the idea of Wedding Crashers getting a sequel.
Okay, you gotta have the original cast. That's a lock. You gotta have Bradley Cooper back.
Yes.
He's gotta come back because he
Yes.
was so freaking obnoxious in Wedding Crashers 1.
you definitely have, and we got to get Will Ferrell back.
Yes, you definitely have to get Will Ferrell
We
back.
got to get everybody back for this. So I'm okay with the sequel. I just don't understand the rival crasher thing. So they got to explain that one a little bit more.
Okay, so if that was just an idea, the rival crashers, if you had to think of the plot, what would you do with Crashers 2?
I just told you I was gonna do the, because I would think that it's like, hey, we still want to get out there and kind of meet people and hook up and crash weddings, but now they're faced with the fact that like, not wedding, weddings, right?
Well, because they're involved already. Isla Fisher and him
Yeah.
got married, and then freaking.
Now we're having to deal with the fact that like now weddings aren't done the same way anymore, and it was like the whole being on Zoom and having everybody spaced apart and drive-by things. How can they crash weddings when it's in that situation? And the simple fact with funerals and stuff like that, now they do funerals in parking lots with the person deceased up on big screens.
Art,
and stuff
I would
like
not
that.
see Terrence's version of Wedding Crashers.
I'm just saying, it's like I would like to see how that's gonna work. It's interesting, and it's like in the whole like we still want to do this.
I'd like to see a crash off.
That's what I was talking about as far as rival
Like
crashers.
who crashes the best wedding?
Yes, like who can
or
crash
that
or who can crash the
Who
most?
can crash the most, or who can get like a certain spot, like a coveted, like, hey, nobody ever takes a picture with so and so, or like.
Oh, they can do what we did, like crashing bachelorette parties.
That was fun though. That was fun.
It was.
That was fun. That's the first time we ever did the Kid and Play.
Yep.
And they didn't even know what it was.
They were too young.
They're too young and like, wow, y'all are professional dancers. Like, yeah, sure. All right. Anyway, moving on.
All right.
All right, so in the comic news, everybody already knows that Jared Leto is coming back as the Joker. Okay?
Do we?
Okay, yeah, pretty much everybody that's out there in YouTube world already knows that Jared Leto is back as the Joker.
I mean, he's supposed to be the living vampire. What's his
Morbius.
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 Yeah. Okay, but
We'll see that before we see him back as Joker.
but when you see that he's reprised his role as the Joker, everybody automatically thinks it's because of the Ayers cut. He's gonna be back in the Ayers cut.
Oh.
But in truth, actually, he's coming back as the Joker in the Snyder cut. Now, right now the Snyder cut is an hour-long, 5-episode miniseries. It's going to be an hour. It's basically 5 hours long, 4 to 5 hours long.
Can we stop calling this the Snyder cut and just call it the Snyder redo? Because this is not the Snyder cut of anything. This is
no,
no
you're
longer.
right.
This
You're
is
right.
no longer the original movie.
You're right.
He's reshooting like 90% of this movie.
You're absolutely right. And because they're so close to Flashpoint,
Hashtag Snyder redo.
because they're so close to Flashpoint, I think that is why they have so much leverage and they have so much room to make these changes, because the Flashpoint is gonna freaking change everything anyway.
That's what do whatever they want.
Yeah. So
They can do whatever they want, and they can say, well, like, it's just this version. We already got the original version that's out there. But the simple fact is that this is no longer what we thought we were gonna get. This is just a completely different movie. I'm not sure with all the changes now, I will be happy with what they. So before it was like, if you were gonna give me your original idea, I was probably on board with what you were originally wanting to do. This isn't what he originally wanted to do. This is, I got more money. I could do special edition George Lucas version of Justice League. I could just start changing
Colin
stuff now.
Trevorrow cut of episode 9, please.
McClunky. I can start doing whatever I want with this film, no matter what I originally have, and that's what we were on board for what he originally planned for, not like just.
So if it was your basic 2.5 hour movie,
Give me all the
then
cyborg.
cool.
Give me all the cyborg stuff we didn't get.
But now that you're
give me the
turning it-
Flash thing that we didn't get with Iris. That was his original vision. Now he's adding on all this extra stuff, and I'm not sure.
I mean, well, I think it's mainly because of exactly that. It is now turning into a 4 hour, maybe 5 hour freaking cut of the entire movie, which that's a lot of content.
Is that considered a cut? That's his point.
Yeah.
That's not considered
This
a
is
cut.
a whole new movie.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. And I think that the reason that they're able to do that is because the Flashpoint paradox is coming. So
Look,
that's why I say
Hateful
that.
Eight just used all of the footage that they cut out and just put it in and made 3-4 parts out of the same movie, just all the stuff that they cut out. They didn't reshoot nothing. They didn't go ahead and
So will we get
bring
Will-
Sam Jackson back for some weird blowjob scene in the snow. They didn't bring.
So are we gonna get Will?
That turned me off so much of that movie.
Are we gonna get Will Smith as Neo now? Because we need the Will Smith cut of The Matrix. Because he turned it down. He's pissed off at himself ever since.
Yeah, right? It was my original idea.
So BVS pretty much showed the Robin suit with the ha 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 sprayed on it.
Right.
So now it's pretty much said that it's
Are we gonna get the Robin death scene?
that you will have the Robin death scene with a much more brutal and darker version of the Joker.
So this is the Justice League TV series. The Snyder Justice League TV series.
Miniseries, yeah.
Miniseries.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
North
It was
and
like
South, double
we gave him
like
a
V.
whole. Yeah, I mean,
It's like V.
It's V.
The double cassette of V.
it's basically we gave him a whole season to do his own Justice League season, and not like not give his vision. He just gave us a season of TV.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, in the comics,
I'm sorry if I'm the first person or the last person that's understanding what's going on.
Robin's killed by the Joker with a crowbar, right?
It's wrong Robin from what he says. It's like it's the original Robin and not
Jason Todd, because
yeah.
it needs to be Jason Todd, not freaking Dick Grayson. But anyway, so
Now you're killing Nightwing.
no, it's not Jason Todd.
It is Jason Todd. He kills Jason Todd.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Anyway, so Ayers commented that Batman knocking out Joker's teeth was the reason why he has the
had
grill.
all the
Why he has the grill.
Which
and
made sense, and I was fine with
why
that.
he has damn. So this is basically.
I mean,
gonna
that's
be,
not why he got
This is
tattoos,
going to be This is going to be flashbacking. That's what this Justice League is going to be flashbacking. But when I'm looking at it, when you're looking at Avengers, and this is the first time that you have all of these different characters coming in for this really big ensemble, the core of it is the Power Stone, is the Tesseract. This one, you have Steppenwolf, you have Darkseid, now you have the Joker, now you're like all of these subplots going on all over the place. So it almost sounds. It's gonna be just an enhanced version of the mess that BVS was in the first fucking place.
It is, yes. It's not gonna be any better. Like I said, I was on board for this to see the stuff that got cut out. Not for all this extra stuff. You know, granted, I'm okay with him redoing a CGI on Steppenwolf because I
That was
take
awful.
Metal Robot over the crap that we got any day.
He's basically making.
But he's just making a season of television of Justice League, the TV show.
Yeah.
That's a high budget Justice League. This is HBO Max's high budget.
but darker.
Yeah.
There's going to be a little bit more violence. It's going to be.
This is Watchmen, the Justice League
This
version.
is basically.
This is-
That's absolutely right.
That's, I mean, because Watchmen basically.
As long as we're not Billy
'cause
Crudup dick all over the place.
I mean, because Watchmen basically kind of rewrote all of what happened in Snyder's version of Watchmen. They certainly did. They just kind of rewrote what he did and then made it a full season.
All right, so back to the Joker, back to Jared Leto.
All right.
Do you see him now that he's got a little bit more of a platform? I guess he's gonna be shown a lot more. So do you see him redeeming himself in the performance as a Joker?
I mean, I don't have a problem with his performance. I had a problem with his interpretation. So the
What's the difference?
Well,
There's a big
because you know what?
That's fine. That's
he
fine.
may have chose that interpretation because a lot of times they say, do what you want as a Joker. We feel confident. That's why we cast you. So
Well, he never broke
maybe his
character, so-
performance and his interpretation were the same thing. You know, it's like, this is how I want the Joker to be, this weird, crazy gangster, as opposed to what we're used to as a Joker. And if that's the case, then I hate his performance.
All right. So
I don't want it back.
So you don't know if he redeemed himself or not.
So here's the deal. He may redeem himself, and I may like it with more of him on screen to where it might start to accept it.
Okay.
But from what I got already, I don't want to see it again. Even though I was the person that was like, look, I didn't like it, but they shouldn't recast and do other things. They should just move forward and make it better. Maybe they could just do that. Just give me more of it and somehow make it better, and then I'll accept it.
Okay. So what does that
Maybe.
say about the Ayers cut then? Now do you need to have an Ayers cut?
I don't need to see the Ayers cut, the Trevorrow cut, the George.
No,
Lucas
you know damn well that we need the Trevorrow cut. All right, moving on.
in space.
In space. Fuck it, why not? All right. Now this is my favorite new segment of the show. We're gonna freaking test Terrence right now, or not really test him, but we're gonna put him on a hot seat.
Oh,
we're
God.
gonna freaking go Brandon Lee style, rapid fire.
I hate this.
All right, Vin Diesel's returning as Bloodshot in Bloodshot 2. Good
I'm okay.
or bad idea?
I'm good with that. I like Bloodshot, and I am a fan of Bloodshot. I didn't quite follow the comic for a long period of time, but I was aware with the character from Image Comics, not Image, from Valiant. From Valiant
yeah.
Comics. I'm aware of the character, and I knew the backstory, so when we got it on screen, I like how they kind of played with some of the elements of him. I'm okay with him coming back for a sequel. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do because the way they kind of left it, it didn't need to be extended, but We'll see.
Okay. All right. Jim Carrey has now taken on the role of Joe Biden in Saturday Night Live. He referenced Ace Ventura on this past SNL.
Yeah, who? Is
her. Should we have a sequel now? An official Ace Ventura 3, yes or no?
No! Did you not see how bad Dumb and Dumber did? No, don't do this.
Different
I'm not sure
characters,
if I want Wedding Crashers 2.
Do you-
I don't want a Ace Ventura Part 3.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you trust Odenkirk over the Farrelly brothers on a sequel, though?
I don't trust sequels that have come decades too late.
Name a sequel that's come decades too late that was actually good.
Bad Boys.
I like Bad Boys 3. You kiss my ass.
You're like the only one that likes
You're the only
love
one that
that
like.
movie.
Oh God, that I liked.
That bad, huh?
Come back to that. This is rapid fire.
All right. Okay, now we had the topic of Chappelle. We talked about him earlier. All right, so Chappelle's Show, the internet episode, was removed from HBO Max and Netflix because of Ron Jeremy. Big deal, no big deal.
Wait. Sorry. Say again.
Okay, Ron Jeremy's been he's in jail right now for assault. He's
Yeah,
got all these
I don't
things
understand
on it,
how
right?
a dude who gets women throwing themselves at him, even in his old age,
Would even try.
has assaulted
You don't-
anybody.
Wrap it up, B. Wrap that shit up.
Why
All
would
right.
he ever assault anybody? That blows my mind.
Okay, well,
All right, can you go catch the door real quick?
if they would blow something else, he wouldn't have to do all this. All right. So the internet episode from Chappelle's Show has been removed from HBO Max and Netflix because of Ron Jeremy. Big deal or no big deal?
I mean, they needed to do it because they were gonna get blowback from it. It's not a big deal. They got removed.
And that's twice you said blow in with this whole topic of Ron Jeremy. That's hilarious. All right.
I mean,
Next one.
I'm surprised I only said it that many times.
Next one, The Night Has Fallen is the fourth entry in the Fallen series, which started with Angel Has Fallen, London Has
Oh yeah,
Fallen.
okay, they'll fall. Okay.
Right. And I don't even remember what the last Fallen was.
It was Olympus,
London?
and Angel.
Angel.
Yeah.
And Angel Has Fallen. That's right. So this is the fourth one, The Night Has Fallen. Butler
The night has
returns.
fallen. It turned dark.
Butler returns. Does the franchise need to end? Yes or no?
Well, it needs to end because I can't believe that we're doing this many films that they even got greenlit for. But Butler needs this one. So-
Yes, he does, because Greenland, which was basically 2012 or freaking Deep Impact, whatever the hell it was.
He started doing all of these natural disaster movies, and
Yeah.
he needs this. So let him come back and do the film.
Okay. You know what's funny is that Butler got this, and
Jamie Foxx.
and White House Down got nothing. So Channing Tatum has got cheated out. I feel sorry for him the most.
Hey, Channing Tatum's still trying to do Gambit.
Yes, he is. All right, next one. Johnny Depp forced to resign from Fantastic Beasts 3. Fair or unfair?
I saw that pop up as a headline, but I don't understand why he got forced to it. But I will say I didn't like him in Fantastic Beasts anyway. Bring back Colin Farrell.
Okay. I think the whole tie was because of Amber Heard and everything going on
Dude, he's
with
getting
him
so much crap for that, and
legally.
it keeps coming out that he didn't do what she said. he
Yes,
did.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying. Is it fair that he has to resign,
No.
or is it unfair?
It's not fair if it's because of Amber Heard. It is fair because Colin Farrell was better.
That's very true. But Matt Reeves has already said that they will not release Colin Farrell to do Fantastic Beasts 3 because they need him for Batman.
Dude, I want the Colin Farrell cut.
All right.
What character is he playing?
He
Grindel
was the-
Thor,
something.
some shit.
No,
Grindel
no,
Thor
in,
first.
He's playing the Penguin.
He's a penguin.
I did not know that.
yeah.
Oh, he looks freaking amazing. All right, next one, last one.
Now I'm gonna have to look it up.
Last one. Now, this is being filmed before November 12th, so I'll let y'all do
So when
that.
this comes out at November 30th.
So when this comes out on December 1st, you won't be surprised by any of this. All right, so it's video game season now. This
Yes.
is like the most excited anybody has been when it comes to freaking video games since who knows?
Since the last
since the last one.
generation.
Since NES, since Super NES.
Since PS3. It was like,
Since
oh my god, the
PS3, all right,
PS4
cool.
is coming out.
All right, so now we got PS5 versus Xbox Series X. Which one is gonna sell more units?
The PS5.
I want to say that PS5 too. Also.
It's gonna sell more units because just straight up Xbox has no exclusives. So there's no particular reason for you to get an Xbox except for the simple fact that it's $100 cheaper on their digital version. So if you want to save the extra $100, but you're not gonna get the 4K out of it, that would be the only reason why you would buy an Xbox. Everything that's gonna come out on Xbox is gonna be third-party games, which is gonna be available both on Xbox and the PS5. right now the sales from this generation were higher for the PS4 versus the Xbox One anyway. So
true.
those customers are going to roll over. Look, I sound like I know some stuff. Those people are going to roll over to the PS5 anyway. We're all trying to get to the PS9 from the commercial way back in the day anyway. So those people are going to roll over. And the simple fact they're getting the same hardware just in a digital version for $100 more. I mean, you already invested. You're gonna continue on, and that's my take.
I think you're spot on the exclusive. The Miles Morales game right now is like, you know, and then you have so much as far as social, the social activists and all the stuff that's going on out there. You know damn well that
PS5's out there with Black Lives Matter.
Yes, in a way, yes. Just listen to me,
In a
because.
way.
Just listen. Because when you have a freaking movie like, you know, Black Panther blew up, Spider-Verse blew up, and it had a lot to do with the ethnicity and the diversity of that particular product.
They're releasing a black PS5.
And now, yeah, it's like really long. Anyway, so
I mean, the white one's pretty long too.
oh, he must have colored blood. Anyway, but you But you have Miles Morales being a featured character, and as well as Spider-Verse did, and you have a featured game like that, especially how awesome the original.
So you said the black people are going to show up for Miles Morales?
I honestly believe that is part of the reason. It might be a stretch, but you know what?
White people are going to show up for Miles Morales.
So Miles Morales is awesome. I think the Spider-Man Miles Morales game is going to be a big reason why that launch is going to be successful.
No.
I don't care what you say.
It's rapid fire. It's rapid fire. It's rapid fire.
And you're fired. Terrence, take us home.
I don't know how to follow
Rapid
that.
fire with this guy with Manny's lead questions that take like a minute.
I don't know how to follow that. I'm now gonna look for the black version of the PS5 when it comes out.
It's like PS9 and a half.
I was so wrong. But anyway.
You just never know if it's gonna be working.
Well, welcome back to the Goods Podcast. If you guys have truly missed it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you still want to, please subscribe and click the notification bell so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the channel. Also, make sure you grab some of our merch from Teespring. The link will be here in the video and down below in the comments. So just like the shirt that he's wearing, go ahead and grab one. Help us earn some extra money, and maybe we can get into better things to ask on the show.
Absolutely. Good to be back. Special shout out to our special guest Carla that actually filled into for me and Art last week because we suck and we have
That's what I said.
better things to do. No, I'm kidding. And shout out to Art right here on the side doing absolutely nothing but throwing me off. And for Aspen out there wherever she's at. Until next time, I'm Manny.
Up there.
You threw yourself off.
Real quick, if you're still here, because we do these into the video little blooper things. If you're still here, look down. There's a link here for Patreon. If you guys like the show, please give us money. Give us money. We'll take a penny. We'll take a nickel. We'll take a dime. We'll take $1. We have some stuff on there that we're giving away on Patreon if you do contribute, because trust me, we need help. We need help. We want to buy new equipment, and we need an editor. Somebody who doesn't have to stay up in the middle of the night. Or they don't have to stay up in the middle, but I won't have to do it. So please, down patreon.com/thegoods. It's in the link. Please do it. We appreciate it.